Good early Wednesday morning, everyone. This is a milestone for Chris and Brick Business Edition. We are on episode 10. You have all stuck with us for 10 whole episodes. And I have to warn you, there's probably going to be a lot more after that. First things first, Brick wants to know what you all think of his tie selections. He's really trying to up his game. And I think he looks pretty sharp, but would like to hear from you guys what you think. So, just really trying to make a good impression. Full disclosure and transparency. I know I'm in a ball cap and a sweatshirt right now. I would say a couple of things. One of them is underneath this hat is a giant mop of hair that needs to be cut, and so I need to make a haircut appointment. And I just haven't done it yet because I've been honestly recording so many videos because we do have two channels. We have the LinkedIn professional or business edition, and then we have the personal edition. Blah, can't speak. The personal edition over on YouTube, which also takes up a fair amount of time. That being said, it's not an excuse, but it has actually caused a little interference, so I just need to book the appointment and go. The other thing is I'm typically in a sweatshirt right now because even though I'm in sunny Florida, which is currently not sunny at all, it's a little chilly out. So I've been wearing a sweatshirt. I will say that while you all have seen this sweatshirt several times, underneath it I change my shirt every day. So, because I don't really like the idea of feeling at least like I haven't, gotten up and cleaned myself and taken a shower and brushed my teeth and all of those things, especially, being in pandemic mode. All right, well, enough of that. What I want to move into is this is sort of the stress edition part 2. I'm going to cover a few key topics, and we may not get to them all, which is fine. We'll just make a part 3. But it's 2021, and we still have to scream that our employees, aka people, they just want to feel appreciated. It's a stressor for them when they don't hear from their manager or their leader how they're doing. As a human being, we are all naturally selfish, self-centered, and that's not meant to be a criticism. That's just the nature of us. And so one of the qualities that a manager and a leader have to develop is the observation that people care more about themselves than they do about others. And so even though you're also a person as a manager and a leader, you get the added responsibility of being aware of those around you and reminding them of how well they're doing, and when they're not doing so well, talking to them about those things as well. But that really helps them see that you're paying attention, that you actually know what's going on in your department with your people. Another big stressor is change. More importantly, though, it's how change is shared. It's the authenticity of the communicator, and being able to leave people with a sense of what it means to them personally. Wow, look at the theme. Again, it's all about, well, what's in it for me? Well, that's just natural. So, understand that, embrace that, and you'll be a better communicator and a better engager with your employees for it. So, you need to be able to give people a sense of, how does this affect me when change is going to occur? And if you leave it too broad, you leave yourself open to the possibility that some strong players are going to decide to go look somewhere else because they lost confidence in the likelihood that they're going to be retained or that they're going to be valued. So, I think that's a really important one. This next one is a little bit difficult to navigate because it really is it's a two-pronged situation. It's the nowhere to go mentality. I've been working at this company for X number of years, and there's no direction. I don't have. No one's told me what my options are, what my career goals, can be, and where I should go and how I should get there. I can't tell you how many times I've entered into a new job, working on a team, and someone walks up to me and says, "Where do I go from here?" And I've come to realize that one of my general answers is, I don't know. Where do you go? And the reason why I say it like that is not to sound like I don't care. It's to provoke the thought of, I'm not in charge of your career. While I can help you along the way and I can give you coaching and guidance in certain aspects, you still have to make your own choices. You still have to decide what you want to do. And most people say, well, the only way to grow in this company is if you get promoted into a management position, and that means I've got to manage people and I don't want to manage people. That's not true. You just may have to pick an entirely different direction. And in doing so, that requires, I'm going to say it, effort. You're going to have to actually put in the effort to shift gears out of who you've been to who you want to be. And I can't do it for you, and your other managers can't do it for you. It's a you decision, 100%. So that's why I say this one's a little bit tough, because as much as I'm a manager or a leader and I want to help, I can't pick it for you. You've got to pick it for yourself, and you've got to design your own plan. Now, I'm not saying that companies as a whole, and there are a lot of companies out there that I've come across that do attempt to try to help form a program of some sort that helps employees kind of decide which direction they want to go in. But it is a tough landscape to navigate, and employees often feel like it's the manager's responsibility to tell them what their next job's going to be and how they're going to get there. And it's hilarious because, well, nobody told me what the next job was I was going to have or how I was going to get there. I just had to pick one and go. And I did, and I've done it many times over, and I'll do it many times over again, I'm sure. And so, embrace that, everybody, because it's on you, including managers, The last one I'm going to mention is pretty straightforward, and I'm going to keep it brief, but it really has to do with, workload. A lot of people, right now, especially because of all of the cutbacks and so forth, the workloads are intense. There's this unwillingness or this slowness to bringing people back on board, and the answer is, more is more in this case, and so that's a stressor. It's a big one, and learning how to sort of, like I said yesterday, draw that line in the sand and know when to end your day is important, and sticking to it. And if someone calls you out and says this isn't acceptable, I mean, depending on the nature of the situation, you may have to, work a little extra, but there's certainly plenty of space in there for you to stand your ground and say, not today, man, it'll be here tomorrow. Don't worry, I'll get it done. And if you're working in an organization where your leadership believes in you, well, then they're probably not going to ask that question anyway. So I know that, in my past experience, I've very rarely, if ever, gotten asked that question because they knew it'd get done eventually. And then when I say eventually, I mean within an expected time frame. So anyway, these are some stressors I wanted to cover again. Give yourself a little bit of mercy. Take a breath, think about things. Managers, appreciate your people. Communicate change, appropriately, authentically, and personally. And then, really have a serious discussion about career direction with your employees and how they need to be a big part of that decision-making process and not try to put it on you entirely. So anyway, happy midweek, everyone, and we will be talking to you soon.